So he says he likes girls that don't wear makeup. Okay, cool. So I guess we're just not supposed to enhance natural beauty and act like these dark circles and these breakouts are part of our glow. No. And the thing is, if that's ever been said to you or you've just even heard it, you're just doing your makeup in a way that actually looks like makeup instead of actually enhancing your features and looking very magical. So let me show you how to flip the whole script. If you're new here, hi, my name is Miss Megan. I've been a makeup artist for 15 years. In this video, I'm gonna talk to you about the 3 things that you actually need to think about in order to enhance your makeup. So when he does come along and say, I don't like girls that wear makeup, you're not even really gonna care because he's not gonna know the difference. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a post. And if you really wanna bamboozle him, please keep on watching. I think that I've personally heard this from as long as I can remember. I first realized that I liked makeup. I was told negative things about it from anybody. And then you would always hear, like, I'm talking like 14, 15 years old, I would always hear like makeup was bad or like, oh my God, she wears so much makeup. It was just this negative thing, like right from the beginning. I'm just going with a bit of Serumizer. And even though I knew that I loved makeup so much, and I knew the reasons that I was doing it and why I loved it so much. And then you kind of go into this like panic moment of like, okay, well, if everybody's saying, you know, that makeup is a lie and it's fake, they're going to associate that with me, and then you get this like these weird vibes about it. I'm sure you can think of something that you've loved, like as simple as like a hobby or a TV show that you loved and you wanted to share it with people or talk about it, and then all these people put it down and you're like, but wait, like you just don't get it. That's kind of what this is. I'm gonna use this Gosh brow gel because I'm just trying to use up things that I have. I also, when I started like wearing makeup and liking makeup and like teaching myself how to do it, I also felt that, I also used to think as well that like when I was starting to learn how to do makeup, and because I loved color, like I loved wearing colorful eyeshadows. I used to only wear like colored eyeshadows before. And so I was like, okay, you know, people aren't gonna like me or like certain things, or they're gonna think certain things because it didn't look like whatever was like popular or mainstream at that moment. Like, I'm sorry that I wanted to wear MAC loose pigments where everybody else was wearing black eyeliner and Dream Matte Mousse with baby lips. Like, it's just, it doesn't matter at what time, there's always gonna be something that things are being compared to. 24 eye base. And most people, what I've figured out and what I know is most people who say they don't like makeup or don't like something kind of fall into 2 categories. One is it's like this protective thing, and I saw this at MAC all the time, where someone would say like, oh, I don't like that, because they like tried something once, it didn't work, so they gave up on it or make them feel uncomfortable. And it's like almost like it's like a defense mechanism. It happened with lip colors all the time. Someone would be like, absolutely not, I would never wear, you know, this coral shade. And I'd be like, let me show you how to wear the coral shade and make it work for you. And then they put it on and be like, oh my God, this looks so good. Yes, because there is a perfect coral for you. It's just that I needed to show you there instead of you being afraid of it. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, let's try this color. Let's try that color. That happened all the time. And this one is like specific to guys where they're going to say like, oh my God, I loved Megan Fox in Transformers. Why? Because she looked like the girl next door? She had makeup on. If I'm not mistaken, from memory, her lips were really pink too. Even like Alicia Cuthbert in that one where I don't know what movie it was, but when she's like, I'm all wet, can I come in? She has makeup on, just so you can't tell. And I'm not talking about like married couples or like long-term relationship people, but the average Joe. I have never experienced a guy, even within all of my guy friends, who have pulled up a photo. I have lots of conversations. Like, I've had conversations with gym bros about like what celebrities they find attractive. Not one of them ever showed me a picture of a celebrity or a person with literally no makeup on, because they're obsessed with how they look with the makeup they can't detect. People just don't like when makeup wears you. You need to wear the makeup. So if you ever toned it down or like held back or questioned yourself, this video is going to help reclaim it. I pulled this out because I haven't used it in a minute. These are like the petite eyeshadow stacks from Melt, and this is in the neutral brown, so they just come off like this. They're so cute. So the first thing, so that's the first thing. It was never about makeup. It was about how you wear it. And a lot of the times people are worried about makeup looking like too much. And again, that falls into 2 categories as well. It's too much in the sense of like, it's physically too much on my face and people are gonna start thinking something about me, or it's just too much, that's not my personality, and we have to figure out what your like makeup style or personality style is. It has never in all of my years been anything other than those two. You can wear full glam makeup. It just has to be done with intent and it has to make sense. The second that makeup is like slightly off of the area it's supposed to be in, you can see it. The texture is amplified, the colors are amplified if it's in the wrong area. And that's what I see happen a lot of the time, is from people chasing or specifically copying one face onto their face through like, you know, watching a bunch of tutorials and putting like the wrong placement for the wrong face structure on theirs. And that's where the makeup is going to become more obvious and like not obvious in the right way. Because the chances are he's not reacting to like your makeup, like you. He's reacting to makeup that doesn't suit you. I have so many people in my communities on Instagram on the Makeup Revival whose husbands and boyfriends who love what their wives and girlfriends are doing for themselves because they're doing something that suits them. It speaks to them. It doesn't matter what it is. They're paying attention to you as the person in those moments. And also guys can't see color in the same way that women can. That's why when you're like, pick a red lipstick or pick the nude, and they're like, well, they all look the same. They don't generally like color on the face. So when they're saying that they don't like makeup, what they're also saying is that they want more neutral tones. I don't know if you've ever come across the videos on TikTok of guys saying like the stuff that they do love about makeup. I think that's really cute. I remember one time this is when I was like practicing, I did this like leopard eye, right? For me, not that anybody really said anything. And there's two things that are happening as well at the same time. This is where guys don't get it and the good ones will, is the aspect of you sitting down, taking time on yourself, taking time on the actual skill and time that it takes to apply makeup is something that matters to you. So women tend to hear it as like an insult, like a rejection to their efforts, not always what they physically look like. And unfortunately, men and women just think differently. Like think about all the times maybe you have like dyed your hair, changed your hairstyle and they didn't notice. Is because it changed to something that looked good on you. So the lack of them like noticing your makeup in the same breath also kind of means you probably did a really good job. Just know whatever you're thinking, the thought process you have, a man does not have the same one. So it was never about makeup. It's just about how you wear it. You never want the makeup to be wearing you. You want to be in charge of the makeup all the time. I'm gonna go in with Mac Stack Elevated. I think that this replaced Zoom Lash for me. I'm very pleased with it. So for me here, this needs to be extended a little bit more to make more sense to my eye shape and to what I like. So if you want to stop making makeup mistakes and just be a little bit more aware of what you're doing when you're doing your makeup, you can join my free school community. The link is in the description. It's free to join and there is a group of like-minded individuals who just love makeup and want to get better at it. The second thing that matters, and that's really important too, is that the real you deserves to be seen and it's not something that needs to be diminished. So whatever little imperfections from a technical standpoint, from whatever little things that you want to hide, conceal, enhance, lift, it's all good, it's all okay, but it goes beyond that. So even for me, I'll use this as like a present moment type of thing. To me, society would deem this clean girl aesthetic as like the most attractive makeup look. It's a very specific look. It's the blowout hair, it's the pink blush, it's the minimal eye makeup. Like I know you guys know the look that I'm talking about. And if you look that way, that is totally okay. But it doesn't take away from all of the people that don't look like that. Because right now, everybody is trying to look like each other and it's driving me insane. You guys have probably said to yourself or thought, you can let me know in the comments below. You can put a hell yeah if you think this. Natural beauty, meaning pretty without makeup on, conventionally pretty without makeup on, equals attractive. But what is the hot piece that's missing from this whole thing is it's actually about presence. Because think about this. You could have two of the hottest hot girls ever. One is a total bitch and the other is super, super nice. The makeup is no longer relevant, and the one that's nicer, the makeup's gonna seem even better because of the presence that that person is bringing. There definitely was a time when I didn't wanna leave the house without makeup, but it wasn't that I thought, I mean, when I was younger, it would have been attached to like looks specifically. I would say maybe when I was like a teenager, it would have been married to what I looked like, meaning like I didn't feel pretty without it. And I mean, that's just like teenage insecurities. And I also still was somebody that like equally was like, I don't give a fuck. I don't know how both of those things existed in me, but they did. But because makeup is such like, it's so a part of my DNA and who I am, that if I didn't have it on, I felt like I was doing a disservice to myself. I mean, this was also before like internet was a really big thing. Like I felt like I was doing a disservice to myself to not be out in public in makeup, because I didn't feel like I was being authentically myself, because I had this like cool skill that I was learning and like I loved it. Like I wanted to be a matte girl so bad. So like if I don't, that's kind of like the power of makeup. If I didn't exude that, I felt like I wasn't like living in the purpose that I wanted. So the two sides to this is wearing makeup to hide and cover things that make you feel like insecure, or using makeup to like activate a version of yourself. And I kind of touched on this in the makeup and manifestations video, by using makeup to activate like that version of you that has what she wants. This isn't about a technical thing. It wasn't about like, yeah, I perfected, you know, the perfect red lip and now I feel hot. It's the embodiment of what that did for you and how that makes you feel and how that makes you look. And like, we are all as humans just so visually driven. And at this point, people's attention spans, you have like 7 seconds. And like, this is the other crazy thing too, is that people form an opinion about you within like the first 7 seconds of meeting you, maybe the first minute of seeing you. That can only be based off of literally what you look like. You don't have the chance. You could be the absolute best person in the entire world or someone's best match, but you can't get there if you can't pass that first minute. I think one of the things that's kind of happening right now too is a lot of people will go and they will say like, if they're not willing to like put the energy in to like get to know me, then they're not worth my time and I'm not doing it. How is that working for everybody? The truth is that it's not, because the attitude behind it is wrong. And I highly recommend that you watch the makeup and manifestation video for this one to make a little bit more sense. When you have the new energy around doing your makeup and then you're enhancing the features that make sense to you, you will just carry a separate energy, a different energy about yourself in those situations, and it won't be as negative. This has been my blush obsession: Glassy Hibiscus from House Labs and Blueberry Chip from rom&nd. When you show up wherever you're showing up with your features looking lit properly, shaped properly, the glow is in the right place, it's less cookie cutter, you can't really see where things start or stop, that's where people start to lean into you. I'm not somebody that's afraid to approach strangers and say that they look good. There was this woman I saw, she was in a black tight turtleneck, long sleeve black tight turtleneck, A-line, like A-line skirt, black heels, like so classy, hair in a bun, the most beautiful glowy skin I've ever seen, stunning red lip and like mascara. And it just like, she just radiated. And I have to say, like, I literally said to her, I'm like, I just need to stare at you for a minute because like I can't stop looking at you. This is where people are like sleeping on themselves, because there's a version of you that can have that. And when all of those things are done in the right place, it's not about you looking fake. You look like undeniable. You look you. Even if somebody doesn't know you or doesn't have the chance to get to know you, they will be able to look at you and be like, she is so in her shit. So your makeup is allowing the real you to be seen and not diminished. Now, the third one is something that I feel like I've learned later in life, and not so much when I was younger. And when I say younger, I mean like teenager. He doesn't actually hate the makeup necessarily. It's that he hates the insecurity that he thinks is attached to it. So when we circle back to, it's kind of a known thing. Anything that's been around for a long time, it's very hard to undo. So it's very hard to undo the fact that people think that makeup is used to like hide things. Unless you're like in the makeup circle, no one else is gonna know that. So your husband's not in the makeup circle, your Tinder, you don't matches are not in the makeup circle, your boyfriend's not in the makeup circle. So you're not gonna understand the like ins and outs of those things. So that's what they know. So when they're saying to you like, oh no, you don't need makeup, you're so beautiful without it, 9 times out of 10, pre-programming, stuck deep down, they think you're doing it because you're insecure. Even if you're probably the most confident person in the world. Love it, lock it in. People can tell, like this is just the thing. People can tell when makeup is done from an insecure standpoint. Like I mentioned in the first point, presence is everything. If you take really poorly executed makeup, like an insecure presence, that pairing together, very obvious. If you take really beautifully executed makeup, like an insecure present, it's a different mix. It reads entirely differently. And that's why I said it's so important with how you guys sit down to do your makeup and what you're thinking about and how you speak about yourself is so important to your whole makeup process. It's my favorite contour. When you think about doing your makeup with like clarity and balance and confidence and you're so excited about it and you know it turns out beautiful, all of a sudden they love that no makeup look that really actually took you 30 minutes and probably has on more makeup than you're actually used to. This is the funniest thing too. They can't tell the difference. I can speak to this because of just being on the internet. It doesn't matter what level of makeup I have on. There was always people in the comments saying that it was so much makeup, from face and body like this to like full glam, still radiated the same energy to somebody who like doesn't want to see it correctly. But at the end of the day, they don't know the difference. The one thing that I really don't subscribe to is like testing the people around you, asking like, what do you think about my makeup? And then getting upset at them when they don't see it. Like I never agree with those types of things. Like don't stress your people out about stuff like that. It's just like a waste of energy. If any of this resonates with you and you want to start being more intentional about how you do your makeup, make sure you hit the link in the description and join my free school community so that you're amongst like-minded individuals who are all on the same makeup journey to elevate their makeup game. Regardless of if you are brand new to makeup, you don't know where to begin, or you have this like massive collection that you don't know what to do with it, there is a space for you inside the free school community. This is Anywhere Caffeine, and then I'm gonna use grayish definition. All I want to do is use like product I haven't used in a really long time. This is Prancin' Dancin'. So he doesn't actually hate your makeup. He just really doesn't know any better. I'm just going to finish off with a little bit of the Melt Skin Finish Glaze Powder. So I challenge you guys to really think about the steps that you're taking when you're doing your makeup and like why you're actually doing them. And it's nothing that you have to like, just think about it before you put it on. Like when you pick up the product, what are you actually doing with it? If any of these 3 points has kind of given you like a, oh crap, there's a little bit of me sprinkled in there. Knowing if there's like an underlying insecurity there is half the battle, and then you can fix it. There is someone out there in the world that would say that I have no makeup on right now. Maybe with the exception of my lip. They would say, oh yeah, she just has lip gloss on. Thank you guys so much for watching. If anything in this video has helped you, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a post. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram, all under the same name at Miss Megan Robinson. Don't be late for school. The link is in the description, and I will see you next time.